Hey, y'all, Elise Smith here, and welcome to the Socially Awesome Podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of three, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Socially Awesome Podcast. I'm very excited to jumpstart our female entrepreneur interviews again. And I've got a special guest today, Flora Salguero. I do have an English accent, so unfortunately I don't have that rolling sound to say her last name right. But I am so excited to have her on today. She is a branding expert and she empowers professionals and entrepreneurs to create magnetic brands. And if y'all have been following me for a while and listening to the podcast, we talk a lot about personal brand and building a personal brand, branding, what you can do to get that going here. So I definitely wanted to have her on the podcast to speak all of her knowledge into you guys. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, you, to having me here. It's a pleasure to me. And yeah, it's okay. This accent, this English accent. I am from Argentina, so yeah, my native language is Spanish. And yeah, here we are to make this collaboration, to make this talk that I'm sure that we are really going to enjoy it, and it's going to be really productive.
I'm very excited. And as you said, you are a native to Argentina and you are a passionate nomad, I believe I read. So you love traveling, trying different foods, different cultures, which is super cool because you can utilize that in your brand to let people know that you are, you're invested in learning different cultures and you're very knowledgeable in different cultures. And so that is super cool. So start off, let's just jump right into, tell me a little bit about what you do with your clients. Like what exactly do you do for their branding?
Okay, so basically what I'm doing is to help to entrepreneurs and professionals to create their brand strategy, okay, to attract their ideal client. How I'm doing this by creating a magnetic brand that is unique and it's resonating with their clients. There is a process I developed method, okay, I call it the diamond brand method, that it's helping you, help all the entrepreneurs to jump into this new world to understand all the topics that is necessary to have in a brand identity, such as the purpose, the vision, the mission, the values, a lot of topics that we need to talk and we need to dive into. I am guiding you to understand first what are those topics, why it's so important, and to create the right, to make the right questions to understand what is your unique proposition, your unique value. So then I can create for you your whole identity that is going to be 100% representing you. And it's not something that is just coming with an idea and I am going to give you what you need to communicate. You are going to create it in somehow. It's a tough process, but I am there to guide you and to help you to go through this process and at the final of the day to come up with this diamond that it's your business and for sure it's going to shine.
Oh, I love that so much. So tell me, when it comes to, getting started with these different clients, what does it look like in the beginning, right? The onboarding process working with you, because I know I've done some branding for clients in the past, and I did have I have a background in graphic design as well. And I don't do that much anymore. I've moved mostly into coaching and consulting. But when I was first getting started in entrepreneurship, I would meet with people about their branding, and they wouldn't know exactly what they wanted. They couldn't answer the questions I had. I'm sure you get that a lot. Like, they couldn't even tell me what type of logo they wanted. Like, they could not convey what they felt in their heart into a visual. So how do you work with clients to draw that out of them?
Yeah, this was learning in these 12 years that I am working with entrepreneurs to understand what they want, and also to learn how to take, as you say, these insight, these questions, that the answers that we need. And in this case, what I am doing is first to make them understand why it's so important. For example, let's talk about the purpose, okay? The reason because your business is living, it's having a life. So first, I make them understand why it's so important, and then how we are going to implement this in their brand. Okay. And I am doing a lot of questions, and I am helping them to dive inside of their main purpose, for example, by giving exercise. It's kind of a coaching one to one, and I am helping them. Sometimes it's more easy and they are coming with the idea and all the answers easy, but sometimes it's kind of hard because it's your business and you want to do something really special and unique. So I am there to support, and yeah, basically guiding them about the questions, try to go to the point. And after I am having these answers, then I can start with the design process. I am asking, do you have any suggestion? Do you have any idea of what you want? Because sometimes, for sure, we have ideas about what we like, what will we love to see, but also I am creating options. I'm mostly giving two options, okay? Two brand proposals, for example, at the beginning. So one, I can do it with what you would like to see, and the other one I will do with everything that we were working together. So it's going to represent 100% what you want to communicate, because this is the main thing. Sometimes maybe you like things, but it's not communicated what we want. So we need to try to find the balance and the middle point. So it's communicating what we want, and also it's representing ourselves as a brand, um, personal brand.
Yes, so I love that so much. And the fact that you are able to work with them through that process is important, because I have seen before where, like I said, they don't know what they want. And then uh, people that work with them might get frustrated. So the fact that you have that process to help work with them. So tell me a little bit about, I know we'll talk about your challenge coming up here towards the end. I'm really excited to hear more about that as well. But tell me, because you are, you know, I'm based in the United States. What is the benefit to someone working? Is it more cost effective for people in the U.S. to hire someone overseas? Is that something? Do you work with people in the US? Do you have, US copywriters? Like, tell me a little bit about that, because a large portion of my audience is brand new entrepreneurs. So one, they don't know their branding yet, so they definitely need help with that. But two, a lot of times they're starting on a budget and they need help, they need to scale, but it might not be in their budget yet. They might not have left their 9 to 5 yet. So tell me what it looks like to work with you overseas versus, working with someone here locally, I guess.
Yeah, so basically what I can provide, first, the price for sure is going to be competence, because somehow it's international. And also I'm working with people from all the world, like Germany, Turkey, UAE, Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, all of the world. So yeah, I think it's a good competence to also find people around the world, because not only is going to give it's about the price, but it's about the adding this difference that it can provide to you, a different perspective. Because when you are working only with people in your country, It's good for sure, but you have this special taste from an international company, professional, entrepreneur that is going to give you an approach different, that you can find different culture, maybe different ideas. And yeah, I think this is, how to say, a value, it's something different that
Yeah.
is adding the sparkle.
No, and I love that. I love that for sure because I think people a lot of times don't look they don't I mean, with social media, I can connect with people everywhere. So there's no need to stay in one space. If I am looking for a specialty, I want to go to the best person in that specialty. And that's definitely something people need to realize is that, you don't have to work with people just in your town or even in just in your state or in your country. That's really, really cool. So I know that when you and I had a connect call before this, we talked a lot about utilizing AI. That's something that you do that's really unique. Can you share a little bit about how you use AI in your branding?
Sure. This is a topic that actually it's really new. It's a trend, and still, I think it's not completely developed. The AI, artificial intelligence, and I am starting to use it. I'm starting to learn about because I think this is a way that I want to, like to serve. I want to be there, and basically, AI it's a tool that we can use to save money and to save time. For sure, it's not going to replace a human, but we can use this tool to accelerate our branding, to accelerate our business. In my case, for example, I'm using two in in the day to day. ChatGPT and Midjourney. With ChatGPT, I am creating all of the, for example, copies, strategies also, because you can teach to this machine that it's in somehow virtual assistant how to talk, what is your tone of voice, what is your mission, what is your vision, and everything. And it's coming with an answer to your task, to your request that it's 100% matching. But I am also editing and I am adding my part because I don't like to leave everything in the answer of the machine. I like to add my part to my uniqueness and my authentic persona, okay? And for example, with the Mid Journey, is I don't know if you saw it, all of these images that they are looking amazing. You can create a prompt that actually it's the description of what you want, and it's coming with a amazing result. But you need to know what to ask, what to describe. So it's about to try and to find a way. Okay, no, this is not the right word. For example, this is not the the right description, and then to come up with this more specified prompt that is giving you the final result that you expect, and it's amazing. Sometimes you're struggling, it's like, no, it's not looking like, because I like to use it to generate content. I am creating pictures of me, for example. I don't need to go to a photographer. I am a photographer too. So I know that it's always better to have a
Right.
personal picture and to have a one professional that is taking pictures of you. But to generate this content for social media that is vanishing in seconds and people are just seeing it, liking it, and that's all, I think it's really useful and we can how to say, we can enjoy this tool, we can take the most of it and yeah, save money and save time for us that we are entrepreneurs and we maybe don't have the full budget to hire a copywriter, a strategist, a social media photographer. All of these tools at the beginning, it's 100% yes. Then when you are able, go to a professional, but to start, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, yeah. And I've seen, I mean, you showed me some of the images on the Connect call. And you guys, I mean, once you, of course, in the show notes, we will have all of Flora's links for you to be able to connect with her and go check out all of her things. But this work's incredible. And the fact that branding is all, in my opinion, all about your values and, your mission, but also about your ideal client and attracting, how you attract them through your brand. And I mean, your stuff is stellar attractive for sure, because I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I've looked at it and I'm going, man, this looks so good. And like I said, I did branding in corporate. I have not done a lot of it personally since I left corporate, because I've pivoted. So now I'm just like, I just want to give it all to you and be like, make it better. So guys, check it out. Follow her for sure. So I always ask this question to everyone that I interview, but what is one thing that you wish you knew when you first got into entrepreneurship, or something you wish you would have done or implemented? I know, a lot of entrepreneurs in the beginning struggle with maybe their time management or setting those boundaries. What was the hardest thing, or what could you tell that person out there that's listening that hasn't gone 100% in their business yet? What would you tell them, something you wish you would have known?
Wow, it's interesting. And the first thing that it's coming to my mind is like, be obsessed with what you are doing and try to all the time to improve, to learn something different, and don't quit. Do it, but do it 100%. Give your best, because if you are not giving your best, then you're going to regret it. I was trying things before. I was trying to do the same that I am doing now, but now, and for sure I failed. And why I failed, it was because I didn't give my 100%. I was procrastinating. I was just, I can sleep more. I can handle my time. And I didn't realize how rich I was to have this opportunity to do what I love, and also to to give my 100%. When you are giving your 100%, then if it's happening or not, it's not anymore in our hands. But if you give your 100%, then like leave it to God, universe, whatever you want to call it, and it's going to come up with the time. And don't quit. Give your 100% and don't quit, and you're going to see results. But it's about that. I know that it's difficult. Sometimes you want to quit. Sometimes you are feeling lost. You are feeling lonely. Try to find people that they are in the same condition as you, and also people that they are overcome that already, that they are in the next level, so they can give you an advice, they can give you motivation. I think networking also, it's really important. All the time try to make networking. And I don't want to, I can came up with a lot of tips and recommendations, but these two I think it's the main and the most important. Don't quit, give your 100%, and the last, networking. Yeah, these three.
Yes. And guys, okay, so I want to touch on a couple things she just said to, just reinforce it a little bit. So one, she definitely said that, it took a minute maybe to realize or come to the realization that I get to do something that I love, right? And that is something I have to remind myself of daily, because I think when and most of the listeners will know my story. I left corporate. I had no plan, no backup plan. I just was like, I know this isn't working anymore, right? So in the beginning, I was money motivated. I was willing to do whatever for $1 almost, just, I got to just get something coming in because I have kids and a family and all the things. But very quickly, I learned that I needed to do it for impact and to help other people, because if not, it wasn't fulfilling. $100 an hour turned into $200 an hour, turned into $3, and it wasn't any more fulfilling than the $50 an hour if I wasn't motivated to help other people. So I had to bring myself back to that grateful point of like, you know what? Maybe I didn't make a sale today, but I got to be here with my kids all day while it's a tornado outside and I didn't have to commute to work. How grateful should I be for that? So I love that you talked about that. And I love that you talk about networking, because you guys, I don't know, I've never met Flora in real life. Like, I put out there in a Facebook group that we're in that I wanted to connect with some really cool, female entrepreneurs that I wanted to bring to my audience. She responded. We had a connect call. I loved her, and I invited her to be on the podcast. That's networking, y'all. I never would have. I mean, I might have met Flora at some other point, on social media 10 years down the road, but I asked for that. We're all in that group to network, and I asked for the opportunity to network with people. So sure, maybe it's awkward for a minute, but like, moved past that. If you're listening here to this podcast, move past that, because it's the power of proximity, guys. And the next person that comes to me and says, I need somebody that does branding. Oh, I got somebody for you. Let me send you to Flora. Like, that is networking. And a lot of $1 million businesses are built that way, by the power of proximity, who who you've networked with, helping others get there, right? So, I love that. Such a good way to just kind of wind down. So I want to talk, because I want to spend a couple minutes talking about your Accelerator Challenge, because I know a large part of my audience, I'm going to tell y'all, needs to be in this challenge, okay? Y'all come to me every day and you want to know what this looks like or that looks like. Guys, jump on this. So I'm going to have it linked in the show notes. It's a 7-day challenge, correct?
Exactly. Yes, it's a 7-day challenge. The idea basically is to step and to bring in somehow ideas to actions by this challenge, a small challenge every day that is going to make you to act in different ways. We are going to talk about mindset. We are going to talk about artificial intelligence. We are going to talk about branding, values, positioning, and all of that. And it's going to give you an accelerator, basically. You can go forward, you can just make challenges that is going to make your brand a little bit better, and you're going to feel more connected with your brand.
Well, I just registered for it. So, you guys, who's going to do it with me? Because first of all, even just the landing page is just so eye-catching. It shows her skill from the very beginning, because it really does lay out, it's so cohesive looking. It's very sleek, very modern. I absolutely love it. And guys, she's going to talk about all of those things that you want, right? You want to save time and money with AI. You want to learn how to have those high ticket offers. I can't tell you how many conversations I had last week from people that are like, how do I go from my $99 offer to actually starting to make real money, right? Like, how do I do that? She's going to teach you about that and the mindset piece. So much, and my listeners know this, but we've talked about branding before, because I specialize in humanizing brands. So I specialize in that, in the way that you make your brand authentic and you bring that forward. But that is something that, Flora can help you with too, is that you have to learn how to speak for your brand, and in a powerful way. You have to come across postured to your audience. And so the fact that she's starting with mindset in this challenge is proving that she's going to show you that. How are we going to show up online? Because ultimately, if you're building a personal brand, your face and your voice is that brand. So if you're putting one thing out in your content, you're not speaking that way on live, your brand's going to send mixed messages. So I'm so excited that you're starting with mindset, because I think that's a huge piece of it. This is so awesome. So they just go, they register. It's a free challenge, correct?
Yes, exactly. It's a free challenge, and it's going to start in July. It's going to be only 1 week. And at the final of the day, for those that they are uploading the challenge, okay, in the platform that I'm going to provide, they are going to have a feedback, one-to-one.
Nice.
So yes, exactly. So if you want just to join and you don't like it and you don't want to do it, or you are too busy, okay. But if you want to use this opportunity, at the final of the day, you're going to have a feedback about everything that you did, one-to-one with me. So it's a huge
That's awesome.
opportunity. Yeah, that you should all enjoy it and take this opportunity.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being with me today, Flora. I'm so excited. I'm going to do the challenge. You guys, my calendar in July is actually I left it open a little bit on purpose because of the kids being out of school. And it's the perfect time. I know a lot of my audience is also mompreneurs and their calendars are a little funky with the summer, but it's the perfect time for you to go in, even if you think your branding's perfect right now, to do a refresh, because we all know what happens going into the fall, right? The fall is where business starts booming. People start opening their wallets and wanting to either start a business or grow their business. Everything leads up to Black Friday after the summer, right? Everything. That was my biggest month in my business ever last year, was November. So sit down and take the time in July to just do a refresh. What is not aligned, what's not in alignment, or maybe there's a project you've been wanting to do and Flora's going to tell you how to do it with AI, right? So think about that. I highly recommend everybody jump in there. This was great, Flora. Thank you so much for just joining me today. I'm really excited to be in the challenge with you in July for sure.
Thank you for this space. And also, I want to encourage everyone to just connect and make this networking,
Yeah.
even with the people in the same industry, okay? Don't think that the other one is a competitor, because we can add each other. And maybe there is people that they're going to connect with you more than me, or maybe they're going to connect with me more than you. And it's fine, because there is a plenty of fish in the sea. We have a lot of people, and the idea is to make something good for other people, not just to be competitive, and that's all. So I really enjoy it to join this space and to meet you, and for sure we are going to make more collaborations and we are going to keep in contact.
Yes, I'm very excited. And you're right, we believe in abundance here. So awesome, guys. Well, until next time, make sure you make it simple, you make it social, and you make it awesome. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm Elise Smith, your host, and let me tell you how you can get a free social media audit from me. Make sure that your profile is optimized and you're ready to build. Take a screenshot of you listening to this episode, throw it in your stories and tag me. You can find my handle in the show notes. I will share it to my entire audience, and you will be entered to win one of the 5 free audits that I'll be doing every single month. Number 2, if you found any value out of this episode or any of my episodes at all, please feel free to leave a review. It is the best compliment you can give. Lastly, make sure you check out the link to get into my free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. It's in the show notes. We go live in there weekly with guest trainings and more. Until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.